So today should be a short video. I know I say that sometimes and it ends up being just as long, but it should be short today. Just a quick little lesson on outliers, okay? An outlier, as the definition says, a number that lies an abnormal distance from other values in the set. All right, so what that means is you're going to have a number, or you might have a number in your list of numbers that is way different from the other ones. So it's either really, really smaller or it's really, really bigger. When it comes time to take a test, whether it's the EOG or a test for me, it will clearly be obvious that this number is different than the rest of them. They don't make it so that it's questionable. It's very obvious that this number is different. Sometimes you don't have an outlier. Sometimes the numbers are just, grouped together normally. But sometimes you do have an outlier, and that sometimes messes up some of your data that you get. For example, let's say that in a classroom full of sixth graders, if I ask the class, what is the age of everyone in this room? Most people are going to say 11, 12. There might be a 13, but most people are going to say 11 or 12. Well, then what if I included my age? Okay, well, 31 is a lot different from 11 and 12. So if we were to find the mean, I'm just going to give you a quick example. Let's say that there's, so I'm just going to randomly put in, so 11 plus 11 plus 11. Let's say we got a couple 12-year-olds in class, another 11-year-old, another 11-year-old, maybe one 13-year-old, plus another 11-year-old. Let me count those real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9. So it's a COVID class. We got small classes. All right. Oh, I must have missed something. No, sorry. It's not working right. I'm sorry. So let's try it again. So we got 11-year-old, 12-year-old. It's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 kids. All right. Divide by 9, and we get 11.5. That makes sense. Our average age for the class is about 11 and a half. It totally makes sense to say that the average for a class of sixth graders is 11 and a half. That makes sense. Okay. Well, let's say, remember we got 104. Let's go back to that 104, and now let's add in my age. So 31. All right, now we're going to divide by 10 because we're including my age. And now we're saying that the average is 13 and a half. That's way different, okay? Because to say that the average age for a sixth grade class is 13 and a half is definitely not right. Remember, we originally had 11 and a half, all right? So outliers can really mess up your data, all right? So when you see an outlier, you kind of want to pay attention to it because you'll have a question about it, and we'll do plenty of examples. But when you have an outlier, you're going to want to use the median, not the mean, okay? Because the mean is going to be messed up, like how I just showed you. If you use the mean, it's going to come out to be a little skewed. It's going to be a little different than what it should be. Whereas if we use the median, that number in the middle is most likely going to be 11, 12, like right where it should be. So once again, if there's an outlier, make sure you're using the median because the mean is going to be thrown off a little bit. All right, let's look at a couple examples. All right, so if I give you the numbers 36, 24, 28, 31, 15, 32, and 27. All right, so here's my list of numbers. All right, one of the questions they might ask you is just simply find the outlier. Which number is an abnormal distance away from the other ones? So which number doesn't really fit with the other ones? And hopefully you're seeing that that's definitely going to be 15. Okay? 15 is much different than the 20s and 30s that you have everywhere else. Okay, so 15 is your outlier. But just to show you, so like if we find the mean of this, and I've already done it to save us some time, but if you find the mean of this list of numbers, your mean comes out to be 27.57. Okay? If you do the median, it comes out to be 28. Now, these aren't that much different. So 15 didn't completely throw it off like it did with the age one we did a little while ago. But still, anytime there's an outlier, you're going to use the median as the real method to find that average number, okay? Let's look at another one. Let's see. 6, 11, 5, 3, 18, 12, 34, and 4. All right, so once again, let's find that outlier. What number is way different than the other ones? Hopefully you're seeing that it is 34. Okay, 34 does not fit in with the rest of them. It's way bigger than the rest of them. So now if we were to find the mean of this list of numbers, the mean would be 11.63, whereas the median is 8.5. All right, so that's a better example of showing you how this outlier really messes up your numbers, because it looks like most of these numbers fall in around 10. Well, even less than that, because you got a 3 and a 4. So yeah, like around 9-ish, okay? Whereas this mean is telling me, no, it's really closer to 12, okay? So anytime you have an outlier, make sure you're going with the median, because that's a better indication of your list of numbers. All right, one more. 55, 63, 23, 48, 51, 57, and 60. All right, so what is my number that doesn't fit, doesn't belong with the rest of them? Hopefully you agree that it is 23. Okay, 23 does not fit in with the rest of these numbers, okay? So once again, if you find the mean of these listed numbers, the mean comes out to be 51, whereas the median comes out to be 55. All right, so since this number is so much smaller than the other ones, it kind of brings the numbers down, whereas the median is like the true number that really indicates the average of these numbers. All right, sometimes an outlier question they might ask you is find the mean with the outlier included, and then find the mean without the outlier. So like you would take out this 23 and then find the mean to see how different they are, okay? But the main thing to take away from this lesson is an outlier is a number that doesn't fit with the rest of them, and an outlier is going to really mess up how your data is viewed, because it's going to bring your data way down or it's going to shoot it up, okay?